psychic Sally Morgan has revealed how she was nearly driven to suicide over claims she is a fake. In her first interview in nearly 2 years, the TV medium has opened up about the depression that descended on her after she was branded a cheat and a fraud. Speaking exclusively to The Sun, she told how she refused to get out of bed and contemplated ending her life, following damaging false claims that she was using an earpiece during shows, so accomplices could prompt her with what to say. As a result, Sally became a victim of internet trolls, who posted death threats on her Facebook fan page and even had to report a stalker to police for abusive phone calls. Shades of Rebecca Watts deluge of death threats from skeptics at JREF, the TAM, who are really a supremacist hate group. This continuing public evidence of the true nature of pseudoskeptics' motivation is simply accumulating beyond question. Clearly this is repeating evidence that will likely never change. It is added here that skeptics have not produced recordings of any radio information channel they claim she is using to her earpiece, despite it being child's play to do so. Rebecca Watts' article, linked below. Now back to Sally's case. After being urged by close-value retailer to take legal action, 61-year-old Sally was last week awarded $125,000 damages over the allegations. But she said that the fight to clear her name had left her a broken woman, and it was only the support of her husband John, and family and fans, that stopped her killing herself. Fighting back tears, she said, "A very dark cloud descended over me for 18 months. I went to hell, and I stayed there for a long time. For the first time in my life I thought, I have got to die. My family can't see this. I thought, this can't happen, and I have got to disappear. I thought everyone would be better off if I wasn't there. I went into a downward spiral, and as I was falling I was so confused. All my drive disappeared. It was horrific. John could see this in me. One day I didn't want to get out of bed, and he was really scared. I saw a glimmer of his fear, and it brought me round, like someone had smashed me in the chest. I got lots of loving care from my family and fans, and that's the only thing that got me through. Now, when I look back at how I felt, I think it wasn't such a bad thing. I have even more empathy for the people I give readings to now. I really feel like I am one of them. So many people come to my shows feeling what I felt, and I know now how some people can't live with grief, and that feeling of wanting to disappear." Sally was born in Fulham, West London, to parents Derek and Beryl. She says she saw her first spirit at the age of 4 and believes she inherited a psychic ability from her grandmother, who was affectionately known locally as the Witch of Fulham. After leaving school with no qualifications, she had various jobs in the health service, including working as a dental nurse for 25 years. She met her husband John, a former greengrocer, in 1973, and he is now her manager. They have 2 daughters, Rebecca and Fern, and Sally has an estranged daughter, Gemma, from a previous marriage. Sally's most famous clients include Princess Diana, Sun columnist Katie Price, and Coronation Street actress Kim Lomas. She says that after she started getting messages from ghosts as a child, she began using her ability as a party piece, giving readings to friends and family before she started practicing as a professional. She said, "My ability is part of me. It's like someone who plays the piano and has a gift, but then they have lessons and practice. I don't call the dead or go into a trance. It is effortless for me to get information. It's just there. There is a bit of my mind and brain that allows some unseen energy. I can't see it. Being a medium is not a job. If I decide tomorrow that I would never do another reading or give another message, I am still a medium. It's my life. It will be with me to the day I die." Sally Morgan in her Sky Living program Psychic Sally on the Road. Sally entered the spotlight in 2007 when she appeared in Annette 2 series, Sally Morgan, Star Psychic. She went on to appear in a documentary about weight loss, and went on several road shows, with tickets costing up to $30. But despite her gift, she did not foresee the controversy that would erupt during a reading in Dublin in September 2011. It was then that she was wrongly accused of using an earpiece to take instructions about audience members from her team, which she would pass off as messages from the dead. It led to a huge backlash from skeptics, who posted messages and death threats on her fan pages. Sally recalled, "I had people calling me a fat whore and saying, 'You should be beheaded.' I even had someone who we had to report to the police. She got hold of my private number and would call me up and shout obscenities and leave horrible messages." It's repeated here that in 600 performances, skeptics have been unable to produce safe recordings of any radio channel feeding her information to an earpiece. Very easily done, if true. Sally continues, "I was in disbelief because I knew the allegations were not true. I was not a cheat or a fraud." Lori rang and said, "You are not going to get an apology unless you take it to the court." "I was over the moon to win. It was never about the money. I only wanted an apology. It was about restoring my integrity. The work I do hits people's souls. I am not an actress, and it is not a character. This is me." Sally is now preparing for a UK tour in September, and said, "I asked cynics to keep asking questions. I would be silly if I thought I would never be questioned again, and there would never be a skeptic out there. There will always be people who question stuff that is so fantastical. I'll never stop that. But what I can't have is people who say I cheat to get the answers, because I don't. I am not a liar. It has taken me my whole life to get the reputation I had. I refuse to let that be tarnished. Every single night that I step out on stage is a test. Skeptics can come and watch what I do and see for themselves. All I need to do is be there for my fans and be there for myself with my own integrity. I am my biggest skeptic. I have to sleep at night, and I do." Back quote, "Pseudo-skeptics are challenged to produce actual evidence of a radio earpiece being used with a simple scanning receiver, rendering her sessions disgracefully fraudulent. Perhaps Sally should offer a reward of, say, $1 million to anyone who can scan and record her alleged radio channel laughing out loud. Oh, isn't a trick just sent in the clowns? Don't bother, they're here." Skeptic hate groups are invited to explain the following paranormal examples without death threats. Can any of you guys actually do that? She saw Jade jab scissors in her eye. In 2010, Sally did a reading for TV presenter Jeff Frazier, in which she revealed a message from his late ex-partner Jade Goody, and correctly stated that their son Bobby suffered headaches when he was upset. She also mentioned something going through her right eye, which Jeff explained happened when Jade stabbed herself in the eye with scissors. And here we have a nose job for Corey Kim. Sally accurately recounted to Corey Tarkin Lomas in 2010 that she was thinking of having a nose job to remove a bump. She also had the message from Kim's grandfather about her aunt, Phoebe, who she correctly named, and revealed that she suffered from a skin problem. In 2011, another actress from the Corey couples, Helen Flanagan, was impressed when Sally identified that her then-soccer star boyfriend, Scott Sinclair, was linked to a man called Martin, with mention of a muscle-wasting illness. Scott's brother is called Martin, and he suffers from cerebral palsy. Hate group pseudo-skeptics, such as JREF and the Amazing Randy Meetings, are asked to provide easily obtainable evidence of a radio channel being used, if it's true, to supply inside information to Sally in her performances. Skeptics' failure to produce that evidence will seal, once and forever, the conviction that pseudo-skeptics are just a collection of verbally violent dysfunctional men forming a hate group, crudely masquerading as critical thinkers and scientists, while actually being, all too often, murder fantasists indulging in orgies of hatred.